Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikea. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So today's video is all about the new KKW fragrance. This new fragrance is in collaboration with Jeff Leatham. And if you're unfamiliar with who he is a floral designer and he creates these really intricate and detailed floral designs for a lot of celebrities, and they're very elaborate and so gorgeous. So I'm going to share some of his designs either at the top, and he did a collaboration with Kim Kardashian to create 3 new floral fragrances. So this collaboration, not only was it inspired by Jeff Latham, but it was also inspired by Kim's love for gardening with her children, as well as her love for gardenia and florals. So I'm really excited because I ended up grabbing all 3 of the perfumes that came out. They came in a trio, so I ended up picking up the trio, and I am going to be sharing all of the details regarding these perfumes. I'm going to be sharing my personal thoughts on the fragrances and all of that good tea. So if that's what you're interested in, then let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, I wanted to show you the packaging of each of the fragrances. They all come in this really beautiful box, and each of the fragrances are $40 and they are all 1 ounce. So that's a pretty decent price and pretty average for 1 fluid ounce. So what I love about the packaging is, first off, it comes in this really beautiful box. So here's what the box looks like. And then the package opens up like this, and the perfume is inside, which is so beautiful. I love the packaging and the box. So the perfume bottle itself is really nice. I think this is like ceramic. I don't believe it's plastic. It does feel pretty sturdy and pretty heavy, and it's really the base of it that's really heavy. The top isn't as heavy, but it is a really nice bottle. This bottle is supposed to be in the shape of a vase, and I have seen that you can actually insert a small flower or little plant here at the top of the vase. So I just think that the packaging is so gorgeous. I feel like they get a 10 out of 10 for the packaging and for the aesthetic of their fragrances. I really loved the Kindle bottle that they did in collaboration with Kendall Jenner. That bottle was so pretty, but then when I saw these ones, I was just like, okay, KKW, y'all did your thing. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the bottle and the packaging. I just think it'd be so cute to display in your perfume collection. It's just so pretty. They're just presented so nicely, and they're really aligned with what the fragrances are supposed to represent. So I love that. So let's go ahead and get into smelling these fragrances. So I actually have not smelled them yet. This is my first time trying them out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to smell the fragrances, let y'all know what I think about them, and then I'll read the notes to you guys. And afterwards, I'll just give you my overall thoughts and opinions on the fragrances. Okay, so this first one that I'm going to be smelling is this like grayish color one. This is Jasmine Air. This smells really good. So I'm smelling, right off the bat, I'm smelling citrus and something fruity, maybe like watermelon. I don't know. It's something really juicy. Y'all, this smells really, really good. It also kind of smells like there's musk in here. There's something in here that's making it creamy. So it's citrus and it's fruity, but it's got a creaminess to it. Now I know there's jasmine in here and I can smell it, but it's kind of faint. Like the citrus notes and the fruity notes are really standing out to me in this one. But it smells so good. This doesn't smell like anything that I have in my collection. I can't think of anything like right off the bat that this reminds me of, but I really do like this. This is definitely a daytime fragrance. I could see somebody wearing this to brunch, or even like a day party, even though we don't really party anymore, but I could see it for that kind of occasion. It is so creamy. So now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't necessarily smell like Delina exclusive, but that creaminess that's in Delina exclusive is what this is also reminding me of. And I love it. I love how creamy Delina exclusive is. And I'm getting those same vibes in this fragrance. Mm. I could see this being someone who likes to have fun. It's a very flirtatious kind of fragrance. It seems like somebody who is very inviting, that's social. I could see them wearing this type of fragrance. It's really, really nice, and definitely for the daytime. I think that this is definitely great for spring as well. Hmm. Okay, so let me go ahead and read the notes in Jasmine Air. Okay, so in Jasmine Air, there is sparkling citrus and exotic blood orange, which is in the top notes. In the heart, there is Bulgarian rose, precious jasmine, and rare osmanthus. Y'all, I don't know what osmanthus is, okay? I don't. In the base, there's amber, vanilla, musk, and patchouli. Okay. So I'm definitely getting the orange. I think that blood orange is that juiciness that I'm talking about. I'm definitely smelling the sparkling citrus. I can definitely smell the vanilla musk. A little bit of the amber is coming out, and I smell the jasmine. I don't smell rose in this, and I don't smell patchouli. But oh, this is a really good fragrance. Yeah, I like this. It's not like anything that I have in my collection, as I mentioned before, but it's a good one. This is a good one. Okay, so shout out to KKW. Y'all doing all right on the first one. Okay. All right, so we're going to go on to the second fragrance. Okay, so the next fragrance we're going to review is Desert Rose, and it's this pretty beige tannish bottle, which I think is really, really cute. Ooh. So right off the bat, this is heavy on the tuberose. Honestly, I don't smell anything else besides tuberose in here. Let me let it dry down a little bit, but right now I'm only smelling tuberose. And of course I figured it would have tuberose in it, but it's pretty heavy. Yeah. There might be like musk in here, but honestly, the tuberose is overpowering any of the other notes in this fragrance. So if you like tuberose, you might like this. Yeah. So I would say that it's a decent fragrance. It's personally not one that I would gravitate towards. I'm not a huge fan of tuberose, and this one is just kind of basic to me. It's not standing out to me. There's nothing really unique about this fragrance. But yeah, I'm not really feeling this one. But we're gonna go ahead and read the notes in Desert Rose. So in the opening, Desert Rose has white tachibana flower, which I don't know what that is. There's pink pepper and cypress. In the heart, there is jasmine, and then there's also carnal tuberose, which I figured would be in there. And then at the base, there is skin musk and creamy bourbon, and then there's also amber. That's so interesting because honestly, I only smell tuberose. I kind of can smell the musk, but like I said, it's like a light musk in here, and when it says skin musk, I could see that. Yeah. What are the other notes in here? Creamy bourbon. I don't smell creamy bourbon. I just smelled tuberose. So if you like rose, then this might be something for you. But if I'm being quite honest, this kind of, I'm not trying to throw any shade to KKW fragrance, but this kind of smells like the air freshener spray that's in the bathrooms. Y'all know, like at the department stores like Macy's or JCPenney's. That's what this kind of smells like. It's not standing out to me. It's not wowing me. Yeah, I'm not feeling this one. So we're just gonna go on to scent number 3. Okay, so the last one that we have to review is Night Iris. Mmm. Ooh, this one is good, y'all. Mmm. Okay, so this is definitely unisex. I can tell you that for sure. This is unisex. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like there's a little bit of smokiness in here. Maybe there's a leather note or something. And there's a little spice to it. It's also kind of sweet, not super sweet and not like a juicy sweetness, not like a juicy fruit in here, but I can smell a little hint of sweetness. And it's a little woody as well. Like this is definitely a unisex fragrance, but this is very unique. Y'all know what this fragrance reminds me of? This reminds me of Gris Charnel from BDK Fragrances. So if you've ever smelled that fragrance, then you know that it's definitely unisex, but it's very deep and warm and sensual and seductive. And that's the vibes that this is giving me. This is very much sexy. It's very much giving me the nighttime vibes. Ugh. I am here for this fragrance. This is really, really good. So let's read the notes in Night Iris. So at the top notes, there's wild berries and spicy black pepper as well as bergamot. In the heart, there is dahlia, tobacco leaves, and blue iris. And then at the base, there's patchouli, resinous benzoin, and then there's also sandalwood. Yeah, so I knew there was something sweet in here, so I'm assuming it's the wild berries. But yeah, this is a really good fragrance. Those wild berries are standing out, but it's not an overpowering sweetness either. You can definitely smell the black pepper and that smokiness that I was mentioning. I thought it was leather, but it's actually the tobacco leaves. This is a good fragrance. Sometimes you have those unisex fragrances and they may lean a little bit more masculine or lean a little bit more feminine, but this one is just like right in between. It is so good. And that sandalwood, I can get that sandalwood when it dries down. It's not heavy on the sandalwood, but I can smell it a little bit and it really blends in really, really nicely all together with the other notes. And then, to be quite honest, I'm not really smelling the iris either, but this fragrance is good. This actually reminds me of a niche fragrance. It's really high quality. Yeah, the notes are blended together really nicely, and it's not like rigid or rough. Like, you know how sometimes you can smell each of the different layers of the fragrances? Yeah, this one is just so well balanced. I like this a lot. Like, okay, KKW, this is really good. Honestly, I think that this might be a dupe for Gris Charnel. Now, Gris Charnel is a little bit more potent and it's a little bit more smoky, but this one is good. I would say that this is a little bit more fruity compared to Gris Charnel, but for the price and for the actual fragrance itself, I think that this is a pretty good dupe. I like this one. All right, y'all. So here are my final thoughts on the Jeff Latham fragrances by KKW. First things first, I'm obsessed with the packaging. I think the packaging and the presentation gets a 10 out of 10 for me. They really did a good job with the packaging, and the price point is really nice for the 1 fluid ounce bottle that you get. Now, when it comes to each of the fragrances, I would probably say that my favorites would be this one, which is Jasmine Air and Night Iris. I love both of these fragrances. They're both really, really good. Jasmine Air is good for the daytime. It's got this crisp fruitiness to it. The citrus really stands out to me, and I just really like this. It's a little creamy as well. Night Iris, though, this is really unique. It's unisex. It's very sensual and seductive and sexy, and I lean more towards seductive and sexy fragrances. So this is right up my alley. But honestly, I'm a fan of both of these. They smell so good. Now this one, Desert Rose, I'm not a huge fan of. It's personally not a favorite of mine. It's just really heavy on the tuberose. And to me, the tuberose in here is not really unique. This smells like a ton of other fragrances that I have smelled before, and this kind of smells a little bland. It smells a little synthetic to me, and I apologize for being harsh, but this really does remind me of air freshener, and that's just how it smells to me. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one. I probably wouldn't recommend this, but if you're a huge fan of rose, then this may be something that you're interested in. So as far as blind buys go, I would definitely say that Jasmine Air is blind buy worthy. The notes in here aren't super overpowering or offensive. You get that nice crisp fruitiness and citrus, and then you get that creaminess, but it's not overpowering. You can wear this to work. You can wear this during the daytime. And this is a fragrance that I think that you should probably have in your collection if you love fruity floral fragrances. It's really, really good. I think that, again, it's a good blind buy purchase. Now, as much as I love Night Iris, I probably wouldn't say that this one is blind buy worthy because it is so unique and it's unisex. So if you're not a fan of unisex fragrances and you're also not a fan of fragrances that are really, really deep and sensual, then this one probably isn't going to be for you. However, this is probably the most unique one out of all 3 in the collection. So if you do want something that stands out a little bit, that I probably think that this one is going to get a lot of compliments, I would definitely go for this one. It's so good. And this reminds me of like an indie fragrance or a niche fragrance. The quality of this fragrance is really, really good. So overall, I really do enjoy the fragrances in this collaboration. I would probably rate this like a B, a solid B, only because I'm not a huge fan of Desert Rose. I just feel like it's not wowing me and it's not unique to me. But the other 2 fragrances I absolutely love. Now, I have to test out the longevity of these fragrances, and I'm a little nervous because KKW fragrances, the longevity isn't usually long lasting. So I'm a little bit nervous about these ones because they do smell so good. So I'm hoping that they last. If not, I'll probably layer them with other fragrances in my collection. I definitely think that if you're interested in getting some of these fragrances, to check them out because they are worth it to me. And for the price point, some of these fragrances are way higher quality than what I actually expected. So that was everything. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below and let me know what fragrance from the collection you're interested in, or if you purchased one, let me know which one you purchased and your thoughts on it. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and if it was helpful for you. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and you can check me out on social media. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. My handle is at Ikea Alexis, and it'll be linked down below in the description box. But that is everything, y'all. I hope you have a good one. Stay safe, and thank you for watching. Bye.